710 ESPN Seattle presents Bob and Groz's One More Thing.
Powered by the law offices of Heidi Hunt.
Coming up, has Kobe Bryant done it again? That's next.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm comedian Jubal Flagg, and I'm funny. But going to jail is not. That's why you need the law offices of Heidi Hunt. 1-800-DUI-AWAY or 1-800-DUIAWAY.com. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go find my pants.
All right, the story, Bob, has kind of grown throughout the day, and it's about Kobe. You know, there hasn't been much news about basketball guys except for them going over to Europe.
Whether he's going to play in Europe, whether Ron Artest is going to play in Europe, all the superstars, are they going to Europe because of the NBA lockout? That's all the NBA news.
It's kind of sad. You know, you kind of miss the days where the NBA guys, you know, either did knucklehead things or knucklehead things happened to them.
Well, there's still those guys out there.
Well, you know what? This guy isn't necessarily. This guy is normally very good about his image. You know,
except for Colorado.
After the disaster of Colorado, Kobe Bryant has pretty much stayed away from anything that can get him in any trouble.
Carefully manicured his image.
So he's at church Sunday with his wife in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
He notices, you know, basically this.
Somebody snapping pictures of him in church.
Probably. You know, they got their phone up. It's maybe not an iPhone, maybe a smaller one, but that's what it looks like. Now, I'm going to guess that this happens everywhere he goes.
I'm going to guess you're right.
Pretty much
everywhere.
Wherever Kobe Bryant goes, they're going to be snapping a picture.
One of the more famous athletes in the world.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Even in Southern California, that's going to be the case. So he goes over to the guy who, for some reason, then this upsets him. I don't know if it's because
upsets the guy or upsets Kobe.
Upsets Kobe.
Well, he's in there in church, you know, floating one up to the Lord.
I mean, maybe that was the problem. I mean, maybe because his wife was with him and he doesn't like that. I have no idea. Anyway, he decides to react to this thing. So he goes over to the guy. I don't know if it was during a sermon or whatnot, but he goes over to the guy. And by the way, you can after you watch this, the LA Times has like done 3 updates to this story during the day. So this is a happening story. They're talking to people in it now. He grabs the guy by the wrist and says, "Hey, give me that camera." The guy, I guess, fights with him a little bit.
Yeah.
He gets it. He looks at the pictures. And then notices something interesting.
He's not on there.
No. Hasn't taken any pictures of him. Hasn't taken any pictures of his wife either.
He's overreacted at this point.
At this point, he has. Now, the guy, would you like to do the impression of the guy? I'll be Kobe going for the camera. You do the impression of the guy, right? So, like, takes the camera.
Ow! Ow! I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my arm. I need to go to a hospital immediately and call a lawyer.
I got to give the guy props. This guy immediately grabbed his wrist and went to the hospital. Grabbed it. All he did was pull it out of it. Now,
Of course he did.
He's got a spring. I'll say this much: if you're planning on ripping Kobe off, I mean, you got to at least go step by step, right? You can't just be Rodney Dangerfield and carry. Oh, mom! You know, you got to be so.
Sure. Get medical records.
So he immediately said, "My wrist hurts." Goes to that. That's why this story just began today.
It's a money grab,
and it won't end today.
No, there's going to be a settlement.
They're already talking to people in the church. I only wish it was one of us. We could have tweetcasted the whole thing.
Some big fat money grab is what that is. And miraculously, that arm will be healed
after he grabs the money, of course.